Is your child struggling with reading? Maybe they're doing well, but you want to find a efficient way you can help them at home that's doable. Hi, my name is Miss T, and I've been in education for over 15 years. My educational career has primarily been spent in the urban communities, and yes, that matters. So I've tailored my teaching, my coaching, and my tips to those that I feel have definitely been underserved. Here are my top 5 strategies on how to help your reader at home. Number 1, read with them. You heard me right. Read with them. Don't just have your student read to you. Make sure you read to them. Students need to be able to hear the accuracy in reading. They need to hear the fluency in reading, the rhythm that comes along with reading. They need to hear you decode. They need to hear you figure out how to pronounce words by hearing those sounds. Reading to them is just as important as them reading to you. Number 2, talk about the pictures. Looking at the pictures is not cheating. Even though many of us think that it is, it's actually helping. It's teaching your student how to use context clues, how to use the context of the story to determine words that they may not understand. It's also a great way to prepare their brains for what they're about to read. That's right. Look at those pictures before you even read the story. Skim through the book and say, hey, what do you think we're going to be reading about? Who do you think this character is? How do you think this character relates to this character? What do you notice in the background? What do you think the setting is, the time period? All of those things are really important to get our reader thinking about what they're about to read so that they can use that context as they read the story. Number 3, keep those sight words everywhere. I know that if your student has been in school from pre-K on up, or if your student is now in pre-K or kindergarten or first grade or second grade, you are tired of hearing about high frequency words. But these are so important because they're not as easy to decode. What does that mean? It's not easy to use those sounds to put those words together because a lot of times words like don't sound like they're spelled. These are high frequency words that we see often throughout text that you have to just know when you see it. How do you combat that? Post sight words everywhere. Turn your house into a museum. Put refrigerator on the refrigerator. Label items in the household. Put high frequency words on the walls, on the doors, wherever you can find them, and have your student read them every time they pass by them. This is going to make sure that they get that extra practice in so that they are equipped with those high frequency words that set them up for reading success. Number 4, and one of the most important, make it a routine. Make sure that you are reading daily. 15 minutes a day makes a world of difference. This is one of those things you want to stay committed to. Whether it's in the morning before you're off to work and your student is off to school, or in the afternoon, or before bedtime. Make sure that your student is reading to you and you are reading to them. Number 5, ask questions. One of the most difficult things for students when they are learning to read is reading comprehension. What in the world did I just read? I don't know about you, but even as an adult, I have to go back and reread things sometimes. My brain goes off into something else, or I'm just so focused on the words that I really didn't understand the context of what I was reading. The way to combat that is to ask your student questions. Make sure they're thinking while they're reading and thinking about what they're reading. A quick assessment before and after reading is the 5 W's. Who, what, when, where, and why, or how. Any of those questions are great to ask before and after reading. What do you mean before? Well, this is where they get to predict. This is where they prepare their brain for what they're about to read. You can ask them, based on the cover of this book, who do you think this story is about? What do you think this story is about? When do you think this story takes place? Where do you think this story takes place? And how do you think the characters are going to develop throughout this story? Why do you think that? And then, of course, we ask those questions after we read. And bonus tip, if your student really struggles with this, chunk that comprehension. Don't wait until the end of the story to ask all these questions. Read a page, ask a question. Read a couple pages, ask a question. That way, they remember that, hey, mom, dad, guardian is going to ask me some questions about this story. So let me make sure I'm thinking about that as I read. It creates a pattern, it creates consistency, and overall develops that reader for more. In the comments, Go ahead and let me know how you are going to help your reader going forward. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and make sure to hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with more tips from me, Miss T. Thanks for watching. Bye.